Fabio, how's the show been so far?
It's been very good. It's been good. We have a lot of traffic at the booth, a lot of very interesting questions from customers, and a lot of interest from customers in our technology.
Thank you for sitting down with me and
being
willing to answer my questions. So if you're happy enough, I'll just dive in.
Please do so.
So I understand you took over Cambridge GaN Devices after serving as VP and Division GM at onsemi. How does that experience shape how you're approaching market expansion at Cambridge GaN Devices?
Yeah, it's definitely I've learned a lot over 26 years in power semiconductors, and so it really is going to help me being successful in taking this company to the next level. I have been able to grow many business units, really from the conception to become big. So I think my experience is going to really help CGD.
Thank you. So what was the specific design problem that CGD set out to solve with ICeGaN, and how is that different from what other GaN vendors have done?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So the main thing that ICeGaN was trying to solve is the ease of use of GaN in new applications. When the concept was conceived, GaN was very new, and there were a lot of concern on how to use GaN. The initial devices with GaN were very difficult to use. So if you didn't know how to control well the gate, the device would really fail in the application. So that was the primary the problem that they wanted to solve. But then, in addition to that, as we start adding features to the product to address that, we also realized we can do a lot more with GaN. And so that evolved to what ICeGaN it is today, which is really a monolithic approach to GaN that integrates some of the key features like the Miller clamp, the aux drives, that really address the ease of use, but also other functionalities like sensing, slew rate control, current sense, temperature sense, DESAT, that they really enhance how we can use GaN in real applications.
Thank you. Just from what I understand, ICeGaN integrates interface circuitry, as you said, monolithically, a low voltage auxiliary hemmed current source, a voltage limiter, and a Miller clamp on the same die as the power, hemmed. So
that's correct.
It can work with a standard external silicon MOSFET
that's
driver.
Correct.
How significant is that in practice?
That's correct. It's very significant because today there are still a limited number of drivers in the market. So as you design a power stage, knowing that you can choose from any driver, it really gives you a lot more flexibility. And if you look, the overall market for drivers for MOSFET or for silicon carbide is very big, but while in GaN is still somehow limited. So it really opens up a lot more options for designers to do more advanced things, because there is just a much broader set of drivers out there.
Thank you. So can you describe the benefits of using standard CMOS flow with ICeGaN?
Yes. So the main advantage is that we can move this process basically to any foundry that offers a CMOS process. So really that's the main advantage. So we are really fab-agnostic. So that's what we do. Of course, we design around this process, and we have IPs around how we implement the ICeGaN. But the beauty is that you can take it to any foundry, as long as they have a CMOS process.
Okay. Last question.
Yes.
So major players like large IDMs to well-funded fabless firms, they're all doubling down on GaN. How does CGD compete as the market gets more crowded?
It's a very good question.
Yeah.
It's of course, we need to be clever. We need to continue to find new ways to solve problems. I think the nice thing is that having a lot bigger companies working on GaN is really going to help creating the momentum and really creating the market, because many customers are still have questions around how reliable is GaN, how available is GaN. So we need more than just a few startups to do that. So having the big guys really help with that. But then the advantage we have by being small is that we can move very fast, and we can develop product very quickly because we are very agile, and we have to make sure we continue to keep that as a way to differentiate and be the first one with innovative solutions, and that's really ultimately how we plan to win.
Well, thank you for meeting with me, Fabio. Did you have any last thoughts, final comments? any news here at PCIM that you wanted to share?
No, I mean, yesterday we announced a partnership for us very important with NXP. It's definitely key for us to continue to work with partners, because the main challenge we have is by being a small company, the companies don't know us, and so having partners that are more established would really give us a lot of mileage and the ability to be more successful. And my last thought is, I really believe that the time for GaN is really prime right now, so we're going to see a lot more growth, and so I'm very, very excited to be part of this.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, my pleasure.